Hello and welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If this is your second time and you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do that now. If this is your 457th video, I think that's about how many I've done, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Actually, if you've been here that long, you've probably already done that. But nonetheless, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. This is another pool build. Crazy what a week does. Crazy what a week does. Anyway, let's get right into the vlog now. All right, so I was gone for Sunday, Monday, came back Tuesday, and they have done a ton of work here. So I'll have to go back and look at the last video to see exactly how far. I think they had dug the hole. Pretty sure. Nevertheless, let's flip it around, show you where we are. It is a mess back here. It rained for like the last 2 or 3 days here, so we've got a lot of sitting water and stuff. But you can see the cage is in. The cage being the rebar here and all that. Plumbing is in. Skimmers. Yep, in. Spa in. Done. Ready to go. And the best news, we passed our inspection on the first try. So, yeah, ready for shotcrete. Shotcrete? Yeah, shotcrete. Shotcrete is like a thicker, more like molassesy type concrete. Different than the driveway that we poured over here that had a containment for it. Here, when you're pouring walls and stuff without foundation walls, of course, you have to do it at a slower, more molassesy viscosity. So, they're coming to do that on Tuesday. It is Saturday. I was out working this morning. It's like, 2 o'clock, 2:30. So, amazing though. Amazing. Really, they worked like 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. The rain and whatnot. But 3 guys, I mean, it's crazy what happens in 3 days. So all of the rebar is tied together here with these little steel ties. I mean, that's everywhere, like every foot, every 16, 18 inches, all the way around here, and then the floor, and then you sit down on that side. Obviously, these will be cut back to the surface level, but this is for concrete, shotcrete purposes. So the plumbing here, all along, and then you got the little, well, that's electrical, and the last one is electrical, but these 3 in the middle are all plumbing for cycling the water through the system. All of the pump equipment, so on and so forth, will be over there. And we'll walk over here real quick. Sorry, it's kind of a muddy mess. Thankfully, I have my rubber boots. Okay, so 3-inch, 2.5 inch, 3-inch, yeah, 3-inch PVC is all plumbing. So again, cycling the water back there into the pump, through the filter, blah, 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 back out. One way in, one way out. So got it into the spa, into the pool, and then out of the spa and out of the pool. But, well, let's finish this. The smaller conduit here is electrical. So you see it runs all the way over here. We gotta have 1 light here, 1 light there, 1 light on the end there, and then another light in here, so that's nice and illuminated. So 1, 2, 3, 4 total lights. So that's that other conduit is there. And then it all runs over here for our electrical and gas and everything else. So you can see that trench there. So on the spa, what I was distracted by briefly, on the spa, this is 8 by 8, 8 feet by 8 feet. And you can't tell from this angle, but if I get down, you can see the difference. I think you can see, oh yeah, right there, kind of steps down. So this is gonna be like a little spillway that way, and then off the corner here. So it'll all like flow out of that corner. Initially we had it planned for this side because we wanted to hear it on this side of the pool and create a nice little like ambiance. But when we moved the spa this way, moved the pool out that way, we changed that because having like a little, tiny little spillway there was not going to be, I don't know, as aesthetically pleasing from a sound perspective. So this is nice because it's like symmetrical to the corners and stuff, but it'll also add a nice little detail here. So you have like the tile and then water falls off. But so yeah, you can see it a little bit there, difference in height there. So anyway, so that's that. What else? Oh, over here, real quick. Sandy Springs in all of their infinite wisdom. Oh, this is thick, slushy. Makes us put this water quality device, they call it, in. So there will be 57 limestone down there. That has to be washed, no aggregates, no small, concrete or anything. That pure 57 limestone down in the bottom of this. And it has to be here before we put it in there, so they can inspect it here before we put it in there. And they have to inspect this and measure it 6 feet by 5 feet and 10 feet down, which is crazy, but it is what it is. So all of the water that will run off the pool, off of the either the decking over there or the coping on this side, will run down into here, down into the groundwater. When you build a new house in Sandy Springs, you have to do this, but on like a much larger scale, and you have to run all of your downspouts to it. So like there and there and there and there. Yeah, those 3 back here would at least run back into here. So thankfully we don't have to do that, because I would just about lose my mind if we had to treat hundreds of thousands of gallons every rain event we had. But anyway, so next is shotcrete for the pool and the spa and the tanning shell. Oh, the tanning shell. Didn't really show you that. This is a good view though over here. Man, this mud is thick. Closer. All right, much better. So 7x7, again, kind of overlaps the edge of the pool here a little bit, which we like. It adds a little detail. If I don't break my neck here. Adds a little depth to it. So this will be the edge of the tanning shelf here, and then go back and little bubblers up here. And then stairs down here. They haven't built those yet because they got to do the main section here of concrete and then step that down. We're gonna have a couple stairs in here, so you step down into the shallow section of the pool, or the shallow end, I guess, of the pool. So that is where we are. So Tuesday, shotcrete and fill in all of these. I think they'll be here Monday, actually, now that I think about it. Monday to fill all these trenches in, kind of compact things back around down, so they got a nice working level here for working around the pool. And the shotcrete that they're gonna do, I'll try to get some of that. Tuesday's kind of crazy this week, so may or may not be here for some of that, but they said all this will be done in a day. So Tuesday, at a minimum, I can come back here and show you guys the final product of that. Really hoping to capture some of that process though for you guys, so you can see the whole process. But worst case scenario, I may have to set up a time lapse and it's done. But we'll see. So sorry, something stuck in my phone there. So for now, sorry, just got a text too. So for now, this is it. We'll do the shotcrete and then hopefully show you some of that process as well. Hopefully show you some of the covering up all the trenches and whatnot here, and getting it kind of back to level, more or less. But yeah, so far so good. It's crazy to me that this is done in a week. Like, these guys are just animals. They get after it when they're out here. And 3 guys basically did all of this: the plumbing, the electrical, and all the rebar. Which, the crazy thing about that, let me just show you. I was walking over here talking to a neighbor earlier. Oh, there it is. Okay. So piece of rebar, right? I don't know, 1/2 inch or whatever this is. So you can kind of see, like, step up there, step up here, step up. So they have to do this. They manually bend these. They start out, oh, here it is. They start out with these over here, right? Just a regular straight old bar. And then they bend it to do that so that they can do all the contours and around the spa and the step down for the waterfall. I mean, so it's like super labor intensive. It takes forever to do that part, because you're literally doing one of these at a time. Now, some of them are just one bend where you come up the bottom and then up the side. And so it's just like a single 90 degree, 4 feet, 8 feet, whatever measurement, and then your other measurement. But it's a lot of rebar, so it took quite a while. But anyway, this is called the basket. So we had our basket, like that, basket inspection, for to make sure all this was right. And they do have to, I think you can see, yeah, those little concrete blocks in there. So that's going to keep the rebar up off the dirt. Obviously, dirt and rebar are no good, moisture, etc., etc. and the water burns off of the concrete. The shotcrete has poured, so it all comes to the surface and dries out. But earth to rebar, no good. So they got to put all those, or they did put all those down there. But anyway, I think that's good for this one. Cage done, plumbing done. It has been pressure tested. You can't see on top of there, but it does have a gauge on there. So they pressurize it, and then it has to hold at that pressure like for a day or two, which it has, and that's awesome. So yeah, I don't think we really have much else to tell you about, do we here? Cage, plumbing, electrical, skimmers, lights, spa, tanning light. Yeah, that's it for now. Next video will be shotcrete. Good morning. A little overcast, but let's flip you around and show you. Time-lapse didn't really capture everything as far as the concrete goes here. So let's flip you around and show you what it looks like. It's amazing. All right, so concrete's done. Amazing, like it's crazy the details. So this line, you know, runs the edge here, and they ran the concrete right up to the edge of it, and then they did that with all of these corners and edges and stuff. But I mean, it just looks amazing. I've gotten a little bit of rain in the last day or so here, so I've been told that helps. Kind of make it cure a little bit faster. So they did this on a let's see, today's Thursday, so Tuesday they did this, and they gotta wait till Friday, next Friday, 10 days to come back and then start doing the tile around the top, and then the stack stone here, basically applying things to the concrete. But this looks amazing. So you got the sun shelf over there with a couple little stairs down. So we thought, you know, you have a deck here, and you just take a step down into the sun shelf and then down the stairs, or you'll just jump in from the side, or you'll jump in from here, which I have a feeling the kids will be doing. But anyway, really happy with you know, all the lines and the curves, and it's just amazing to see this this structure now truly here. And they did this in a day, which to me is just crazy. There were like 7 to 10 guys here at any point. They pulled a concrete truck up there, started pumping it in, and then pumping it over here. They started down on this area and then kind of worked their way back, and here we are. So but you can see all the plumbing and lights and stuff that are going to go. So I think light, and then 3 pipes here in the middle for plumbing, and then a light over there as well. So it's crazy. It's becoming so real now. But also we're just really happy with how fast this is progressing. My contractor kind of made some jokes and jabs at me, and I ordered an inspection for all the underground electrical and stuff, because I thought, well, it's done. Number one, let's just get it finished. Let's get it inspected so they can cover up all these trenches and you know, all that stuff. So so he goes, you know, that's my job, right? And I was like, well, you might have waited a week though to get that done. So I was like, let's just get it knocked out. But yeah, just really happy with the scale and the size and the width and the length. I feel like it just fits in perfectly here, and you still have, you know, tons of room around the edges here. So we imagine most people pull up here to our driveway and park up top here, and then we have the little walkway that'll come in here, but plenty of movement around here. It doesn't feel too tight, you know, in here. So you can be carrying a cooler or, you know, bags, towels, whatever around, and nice and comfortable to me. You know, that's really important, because if you feel like you're pinched in here, I don't know, just, I like the way it feels. It's hard to describe it any other way. But we love how this has like the little bench inside of it. You can sit on top here. We did just finalize our decision for the coping, which is the part that goes around the top here. The tile's been selected. It's kind of like a really dark navy blue, which I think will be nice, especially at night, to kind of add a little accent to it. But it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's just amazing to see what a day's work with 7 or 10 people will do. But really happy with it so far. So I think we'll wrap this episode here, because really there's not much that's going to happen over the next week or so, that I'm aware of at least. But if that changes, of course, I'll get you some video. We did dig in Sandy Springs. whether you are building a big home like that or a pool like this, you have to capture a lot of the rainwater that comes off of the house if it's a new house, or from the pool. So obviously there's a lot of splashing and overflow and stuff like that. So back here, you can't see it, and maybe in the next video we'll talk a little more about this, but there is a 10-foot deep, 6-foot wide, and 5-foot long, 5 by 6 by 10 deep hole in the ground over there. And so we have to put some sand in there. They have to come out and measure it. I have to put some sand in there. Then we got to put some clean 57 limestone in there so that all of this water that comes off of the pool goes into that there and gets filtered back into the groundwater. When you're doing it for a house, the pit is significantly larger. All the downspouts are running down to that. And it's going back into the groundwater. And a lot of that's just stormwater management. You know, a lot of these homes were 12 and 1,500 square feet, and now you have 6,000 square feet, and you're covering a lot more of the lot. So they're trying to control stormwater, not they're trying to limit the amount of stormwater that goes into the storm drains and eventually into the creeks and rivers and stuff like that. So they're trying to return a lot of that to the groundwater. It's a bit of a hassle, if I'm being honest. Just one more expense, one more thing that you got to do, and they're very particular about how this gets built. So you have certain dimensions, but then you have to have all the materials on site. They have to measure that first, and then you got to show them this is the sand that's going in there. This is the clean 57 limestone. It can't have any aggregate or tiny recycled material, anything like that. It's got to be pure limestone. You have to actually have like a certificate from the quarry, which I don't understand. Rock is rock is rock, and water's going to go in there, and it's going to fill up, and then it's going to go into the groundwater. Anyway, that's what we got to do, so that's what we got to do. But you got to have all that material on site before you can actually have it inspected and ready to go. So anyway, we may do a little bit on that the next time we're here with you on video. But anyway, really happy with how it's looking so far, and looking good. Really looking good. I can't wait to see it with the tile and the stacked stone and the coping and everything else. I think that'll be the next episode, but if this is your first episode, thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video, a single episode of the pool build here. And I think we'll wrap that one up here and call it a day, at least for the moment. I'm sure they'll show up later today and I'll have some more to film and show you, but in the meantime, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Would you ever put a pool in? Do you see the value of a pool? I know if you're here in Georgia, you could make the argument either way, but just curious to hear your thoughts. Have a great rest of your day. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.